Triple G, before we get to your fight, were you as surprised as everyone else to see Andy Ruiz beat Anthony Joshua?
Not big surprise, because I know Andy, he's a good guy and good boxer. Anthony, he coming to the United States, like first fight in the United States, this is different for him. And this is boxing.
Why was it different for Joshua? Do you think he wasn't prepared? Was he tired like people were saying?
Probably he's focused more for, like a superstar, not for boxing. Probably he's a good boxer, 100%. And I look at him, just as I know him, he's focused not for boxing. Probably for me, he not coming so serious.
Now, you're taking on somebody in Steve Rolls who's going to want to shock the world as well. How can you assure fans what happened to Joshua isn't going to happen to you?
This is boxing, of course. I understand my situation right now and Steve Rolls' situation, because I remember my position like him, nobody beat me, undefeated, big surprise, biggest chance. And he has a lot of motivation.
Now, you've made some changes. Jonathan Banks, your new trainer. Why did you feel the need to make a move there, and what skills do you believe you've improved on?
Yeah, right. Just my new coach, Jonathan Banks. We don't have a lot of time, I believe we show next weekend, what he bring new. I feel great right now. I feel like a different guy. We work different, and I feel great.
Now, it's hard to sit here and talk to you without mentioning Canelo Alvarez. Now, he's been on this show, and he said that you guys don't need to fight again for him to prove he's the better fighter. Do you agree with that, or do you think that still needs to be settled?
Just he talking a lot, because, he's a fighter. He's not promoter or not manager. Right now my focus on Steve Rolls. If I beat him. Just we're talking with Canelo teams.
So if you did get back in the ring with him after this fight, do you believe you'd have to knock him out? Would you need to do something more definitive? Because I know you believe you won the other two fights.
This is hard, because, this is like a first level, huge level for us, and like a first class. Yeah, everybody has chance. It's more interesting. Right now I have a new idea. I have a new coach, who's helped me, and I know him, he knows me. Right now more interesting. I know what I need. He knows, what he needs. It's an amazing fight for us.
It's interesting because you're making these changes. You're 37. Some would say that's the downside of a career. Is this in an attempt to do the sort of things that one would need to keep the career going?
Yeah, right. This is more interesting. I still more old. He still more, more experience. It's more interesting, and I feel great. Look at Manny Pacquiao, or 40 years old, like Floyd Mayweather, 40 years old, he looks good, shape, tough. The same me.
You mentioned Manny Pacquiao. He's 40, he's getting in the ring with a young, hungry Keith Thurman. Is that a dangerous situation for him, you think?
Yeah, of course, as everybody understands. Because boxing is not game. Just remember, one punch change life. Not change game or change fight, or sometimes change life.
And how do you prepare yourself for that when you're getting in the ring? Because obviously you're a smart guy and you're an accomplished fighter, but you're aware of that situation. Is that something that weighs on your mind when you go into any fight, that it could change your life?
Of course, my motivation is my family, just people who support me. Just thank you very much. My team, smart guys, smart people, stay with me right now. Just I feel more emotion, more like new deal, new step, new situation, new everything. This is my motivation.
Are you afraid of it all? Well, you're big on family, right? And knockouts are a big part of boxing. I just asked you if you thought you'd need to knock out Canelo. We saw Deontay Wilder with Dominique Brazil. Is that something you're afraid of taking a punch like that, a knockout like that?
Sometimes, I'm not afraid of it or scared. Just I understand this is boxing. This is, this is my job, and this is not, easy.
Who's the smartest fighter you've ever seen?
Probably Floyd. He's a smart guy.
You've never fought Floyd. Is that a fight you would consider if it's one he would consider?
Of course everybody wants. This is for me, this is my dream fight, because I respect him, respect his style, everybody understand. Of course, just people sometimes doesn't like him, he's moved a lot. This is boxing. Come on, he's a smart guy.
Are you disappointed you never got a chance to fight him?
right now for me it's very tough. You know, I want a lot fight. You know, just I want to before, you know, want to for different guys. You know, I can't because you know people sometimes doesn't want to fight with me.
Now, the last time you were here in New York, it was a tough fight against Daniel Jacobs. Do you expect this one? You want to end it earlier against Rolls?
Of course, you know, just my last fight in New York with Daniel Jacobs. Everybody knows Daniel. He's a good fighter. You know, just he's from New York. You know, just so many experience. And right now, my second step with you know Steve Rolls. I believe people who love it like true fight, like who love it like good quality fight. He watched my fight.